Before I start, let me extend my sincere thanks to Wiseman Club Fujairah for providing this platform in this fine evening to have a discussion with, to have a talk with the youngsters of Fujairah and elsewhere in the world. I'm sure people from students and parents from many parts of the world are attending this session, and I could see from the long list of participants right on the screen. I'm extremely happy that Weissman Fujera has taken a decision to arrange such a wonderful session for our youngsters. And I thank each of its office bearers and leaders and members in Fujera. Weissman is a internationally recognized organization that's spreading across the world. I heard the name Weissman approximately some 40 years before. It was a common name in the part of India where I grown up. A well-known organization in the field of social work, education, sports, culture, and all sorts of an overall development of human beings. And I also understand that it has some association with YMCA. First of all, let me welcome all the student as well as the parent community to today's session. This time of the year, or since past 1 year, it is an era of uncertainty, confusion, fear, and total blindness. And across the world, the pandemic has swept across the world and created havoc in the life of people. Today, I want to address especially to the youngsters and teenagers and how does this pandemic has affected them and how they can find a way to come out of this crisis and go forward. That is the theme of today's topic or today's talk. A few months back, I read a piece of news. It was a disturbing piece of news in Gulf news as well as in the Khaleej Times. A teenage girl who is a grade 11 student of a reputed school in Dubai was found missing from one fine morning. The man missing case was filed in the Dubai police, and the police started the combing operation across Dubai as well as the nearby Emirates of Sharjah and Abu Dhabi. Messages fled across the social media to find the girl, and whoever find the girl asked them to report to the police. And the long day has passed and the night come. However, there is no clue where the girl has gone. She was there in the home till late night, but found missing from the early morning. And the police searching across the Emirates, literally in the whole UAE. And finally, on the same day by night, The girl was found hiding in the roof of that building where she lives. And she was staying on the roof of that building right from the morning till late night. While the police had the investigation and the questioning, the girl told, it was a stunning reply. The girl told that I went hiding in the roof of the building from the morning because the parents denied me, or the parents told me don't use my mobile other than for online learning. And there was hundreds of cases of suicides has been reported from different parts of the world during this pandemic time. So what is pestering the teenagers or youngsters? The elders may say they have no bank loan to pay. They have no need to look after the family. They have no expenses, or they need not worry about the fees, or they need not worry about the rent payment, or they need not worry about any financial things that face the family. Since the pandemic has been started last March, there has been hundreds of cases of elopement, man missing, and suicides that is reported among the teenagers. And unfortunately, this issue has not been dealt, or people underestimate the tensions and pressures that the current teenagers are facing. As I told a few minutes before, the parents might think they have no loans to pay or no rent to pay. Then why not they worry, or why they worry? However, even though they are silent, the waves of tension and pressure is mounting on each and every teenager. I have received a number of calls these days, and I was literally sad that these people are absolutely left alone. The teenagers, the youngsters are absolutely left alone. And there is a lot of tensions and pressures is going on in their mind. As for an example, for a case study, let me tell you one or two examples. The other day I got a call from a student. His passion was to go for the medical field, or he wants to join something related to science. However, his father insists him to go for to join in commerce group and thereafter go for a profession in finance management. And this student called me in secret and insisted me to talk to his father and convince him so that he can go for his passion. In another classic case of uncertainty and confusion, where another student called me 2 days before and asked me, "Sir, I was looking for grade 11 admission for the IP and maths, whereas it leads me to a profession in software engineering. However, I got an option from the school for commerce. Do I join? The classes are starting next week. Few more days left. So there are no options behind me, before me, whether I should join for the commerce. I was literally angry on him. And I asked him a question. Are you adamant? Do you have a strong desire for what you are looking for? You haven't got admission from a particular school for a particular branch of study which you are looking for. However, it doesn't matter that you live your dream. I told him it's a very much crime that you send a student to a field where he hasn't interest. It is a crime. Wherever I talk to children, I cite the example of the classic cricketer Sachin Tendulkar. He is known as the god of cricket, and there are a number of records in history books in the name of Sachin Tendulkar. But few know his background. He was grown in the suburbans of city of Mumbai, and his father was a professor in a college. And not only he was a professor, he was a non-poet, a Marathi poet, and he is a well-known in the state of Maharashtra and around states. And unfortunately, the young Tendulkar, the young boy Tendulkar, he has no interest in studies. Naturally, we can imagine the sort of pressure or tension that the father or the parents face, especially he is a professor in a college and a well-known poet. This little Tendulkar has no interest in studies, and he was found hitting with anything that come across him, and he loved balls and bat from the young age. Unfortunately for Tendulkar, his father never insisted him for study. And there is something unknown to many. Sachin has failed in his grade 10 examination, his board examination for English. That is enough for an earthquake in most of the families. A failure in a board examination will consider as an end of life. However, this same Sachin Tendulkar, even though he failed for English in his board examination in the Maharashtra State Board, exactly after 10 years, there was a lesson in that English subject, English literature, about Sachin Tendulkar. That is greatness. That is called achievement. Exactly after 10 years, students of board, they study about Sachin Tendulkar in English language. There was a lesson about Sachin Tendulkar. And they hardly know 10 years before, the guy who we study in this English literature, he failed in the same examination. And at the age of 8, the Ramesh Tendulkar, the father of Sachin Tendulkar, has bought a bat for him. And after that, he left him to field and never cared of. And rest is the history. Laurels after laurels brought to that tiny home in Mumbai. and there was no place to keep the trophies and medals that Sachin brought home. And he was in the Indian squad at the age of 16. So I'm going to a very, very important theme, or a very, very important in the life of youngsters who listen and parents who listen. Let me reiterate, it is a crime that we are denying the passions of our children. It is a crime. It is also a crime if we fail to understand what is their talent, what is their ability, what is their intellectual as well as other co-curricular abilities. It is a crime if we cannot recognize at least by the time they reach grade 7. Many of us wonder, whenever there is an Olympic game happens, USA is the number one in the medal tally. Whenever the Swedish Academy announces the Nobel Prizes in various strands, there will be at least 2, 3 scientists from America. Whenever something new has invented, the name of Americans will figure there. If you see the history of past 20, 25 years or 30 years of history of Nobel Prizes, 95% of prizes has gone to USA and Europe. And when we see the latest invention in the field of technology and internet, if you see the Microsoft, if you see the Facebook, if you see uh, WhatsApp, if you see the Twitter, except for the few that goes to China, the remaining all comes from USA. Then I went for a research. What is behind this? How this country is a versatile in every field, whether it's a field of basketball, whether it is in the field of athletics or science or physics or astronomy, whether it is in education. Such a versatile talents that contribute much to the world. What is behind this? Have you ever thought of? Then I went through a lot of research, especially in the field of education, and how they groom, how they meant their youngsters. And finally, I reached a conclusion. There was a Harvard professor called Professor Richard Garner, and he had a path-breaking invention in the field of education. And it was known as the Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence. Today it is a path-breaking session for those who listen to me. A life-transforming session, I assure you. It will give you confidence. It will enhance your confidence so that you can go forward with courage, with boldness, and face the world and achieve what you desire. I assure you today. The few moments that is we come across will be a transforming session. And what is this Garner's theory of multiple intelligence? From the time immemorial, it is considered that those who are excel in mathematics or arithmetics, and those who excel in literature, these two categories of students or people are considered as intelligent. And we have measured the intelligence by using IQ, intelligence quotients. That was the standard measurement of intelligence across world. However, by the 19th century, by the beginning of 19th century, there was a transformation in the education sector in USA and European countries where they have based their education, they have based their system of developing their abilities of students on the multiple intelligence. Professor Richard Gardner says that there are 8 categories of intelligence in our schools where we consider those who are good in maths, mathematical ability or arithmetical or logical ability. That is, they are considered intelligent. In our schools where those lyrical ability, they are considered intelligent. Those who are creative, those who are write something creatively. These two categories are only considered as intelligent. However, the Gardner says that there are 8 categories of intelligence. So those who listen me, any students who listen me, please understand that no one has come to this world without an intelligence or without an ability. Whoever comes to this world are blessed with one sort or another sort of ability. Maybe you are branded as a weak student in the school. Maybe you are a backbencher at the school. You have been insulted or hurt because you heard that you are a dull student. Your marks are not up to the mark. However, I tell you, it is not the marks or the intelligence that make you successful in life. I have written an article a few years back in Fujairah Observer where the title of the article is Mark versus Success in Life. Let me tell you an example from my own life. I was doing my graduation in a reputed college in Kerala. It was a 5-star accredited college by the University Grand Commission of India, and it was an autonomous college where the college itself is a university. When our graduation results come, there were 5 students having distinction, and I am one among them. I'm not going to tell my merit. Let's listen. However, I tell you those who are the 5 distinction out of some 45 students. However, there are the rest of one. Someone majority passed and remaining failed. However, if I tell some names, you could recognize them. And they were not in the first 5 who got the distinction, including me. There is a director who has twice he was the best director award in the Kerala state. And he was even nominated for the National Film Award. However, he hasn't got it. And there is another press photographer. He got twice the state award for best newspaper photography. And there was another one who is currently a mayor in a city in England, where he had a hat-trick victory in the municipal election, and on the third time he became the father of the city, means he became the mayor of that city in London. And he was in news during the pandemic time, where he has arranged a special flight from England to Bangalore, where a seriously critically ill expatriate Indian was taken. There was a special flight was chartered. He was in news, in international news. So to brief, the marks or your intelligence is not a criteria for your success in life. However, let me take an anticipatory bail where, don't quote me, the sirs told the marks are not important. So the Garner's theory says that there is intelligence, there is one intelligence called musical intelligence. Some are blessed with musical intelligence. Let me request all parents who listen to me, if you recognize your son's or your daughter's talent in music, please set apart completely for in music. When the Rasool Pukuti won the Oscar Award for sound engineering for India, first time many of us came to know that there is a field called sound engineering in the field of film industry. When A.R. Rahman got 2 Oscar awards for music composition, we came to know that music is so important. However, from the time immemorial, in the Oscars or in the Grammy Awards for music as well as the film, people from the Western, the artists from the Western countries, they were having all the top honors. Why we can't? Why we can't? If your son or if your child shows a talent, an inborn talent in the field of music, please understand that he has his particular faculty in brain is blessed with the music. He may not be good at studies. He may not be good at physics or mathematics. However, his faculty in brain, where it is controlled, the musical faculty, that is very strong. Professor Gardner has told another area in the faculty in our brain that is called bodily or kinesthetic ability, the kinesthetic ability. It means the physical ability. Some children are extraordinarily well in the field of sports. However, we will finish all the sports activity when they enter into grade 8. Then we say it is a time to study. It is time to dedicate fully for studies. And we we drag away our children from the fields. So it is a part of brain or intelligence. This is a particular intelligence some of us are blessed with, that is called kinesthetic or this bodily intelligence. It is an intelligence. It is a faculty of brain. It is a faculty of your body that you are blessed with. God is blessed with. And I was surprised to find every 4 years when the Olympic Games held, the squad that comes from USA and China or elsewhere, every 5 years new squad will come. Whether it is in the sprint items or in the jumping items or in swimming items or in games or basketball or any other items, a new squad will come in every 4 years. But for India, Leander Paes is there for from the past 20 years to contest in the election, to contest in the Olympic Games for uh, tennis. Leander Paes is there. And Sania Mirza will be there for, she will be there for 4 or 5 Olympics. And Gopi Chand will be there for the badminton for 2, 3 Olympics. China had a dramatic entry into Olympics in the last 2 editions. I remember when we were in school, those days I remember the tally of India. The China was behind our medal tally. And we were happy that India is uh, third or fourth after South Korea and Japan. They were usually top the medal tally in Olympics. China had all these achievements in the last 2 episodes of Olympics. And when I go into research and find out what is the reason behind this success, and I find out that they adopted a strategy of catch them young. Those who have physical abilities, those who have, there is scientific test to assess the intellectual abilities of each and every student. There is a scientific test. The multiple intelligence test it is called. And the Chinese guys, they will take the students, those who are good at the sports at grade 4 or grade 5, they will be transferred into special sports academy, and at the age of 16 or 18, they will go for Olympics. And they were completely taken away from homes to the sports academies. This happens in USA, where a student is good at sports in university level. They will be completely set apart that student or dedicate that student for sports, because they found that, as per the Gardner's theory, this guy is blessed with kinesthetic ability. That's why after years, we have one A.R. Rahman. We have one Satyajit Ray for film industry, who got Oscar. We have one Rasul Pukuti for sound engineering in Oscar. We could count in numbers. How many A.R. Rahmans, how many Tendulkars are died in our homes day by day? How many Michael Jordans? How many great cricketers? How many writers are died in our homes day by day? Their passions died. And 2, 3 years back, I had literally a fight with a parent. And while I was addressing one of these motivation sessions in a social club in Korfakan, where they had an academy for badminton, and one of my students in grade 8 those days, and he was exceptionally well in badminton, He had won all the major titles of badminton in UAE as well as in India. However, the parent want him to stop play when he entered grade 10. I publicly in that meeting, in that motivation session that held in Indian Social Club Corfaka, and I publicly, while I am addressing, I told the father, send this boy to some academy. However, after a lot of persuasion, after a lot of insistence, finally, that boy was sent to Gobichand Academy in Hyderabad. Gobichand is the one of Indian medal winner in international badminton. And the Sindhu, the PV Sindhu is the Gobichand's under. She is trained under Gobichand. Well-known academy, world-famous academy of badminton in Hyderabad. And finally, this boy, after 2 years before, the boy has been sent to Gobichand Academy. Now, there are two boys. And now, you know, these two boys are the champions, state champions. And now they have been selected for national team, that is under 18. How many badminton players, how many cricketers, how many musicians, how many singers, how many actors, how many scientists are died within the four walls of our home. And they have come out with BTech, they have come out with MBA and going for marketing jobs in India. They are going for outsourcing jobs in India, where they sit in a cabin and their life has ruined. Let me back to the Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence. And as per the Gardner's theory, there is an intelligence called naturalist intelligence. This particular faculty in brain where a student or a person is blessed with a love for nature. He will have a love for animal world. I know a number of students, they have a huge cache of book in their library. Wherever they visit a book fair, they insist their parents to buy books about animals, books about plants. Please mute the microphone, somebody interface. And one of such boy, one of my student, and both their parents are doctors, well-known doctors. And this boy, whenever I see, he will be with some books of animals and all. He's an encyclopedia of animal world and plant world. And I talked to their parents. Their plan was to make him a doctor. However, they believe me. And last year, by this time, this boy went to Cambridge and he joined there for a natural science student in London. One of my students who studied in this city, in the city of Fujairah, he joined for the natural science, and I am sure he will come out as a natural scientist, a great botanist or a zoologist. he will come out as a scientist. And another area where the Garner focus is on, that is another faculty, the fourth or fifth faculty of brain, where a person, a student is blessed with uh, literary abilities. See, some of you are creative writers. Some of the children, they write well. They love books. They read a lot. They have a lot of imagination. Let them flourish. How many of my students who joined in Jawaharlal Nehru University in Delhi, where they pursue in literature as well as journalism? So there is a lack of guidance. That is in the apt moment, at apt time, where our generation are diverted into various fields where they have no passion, no ability, no skill, and finally they will be landed in some professions or career where they cannot excel or they cannot contribute anything in life. They will sit in a cabin of a bank where they will deliver cash. So how many thousands of talented kids, their abilities died within our home? So liturgical ability. So those who listen today, please to understand, you are blessed with one of these 8 faculties which I am mentioning now. Liturgical faculty. There is another faculty, that is the musical faculty, where you can be a musician. Many of our parents or many of the people who are in the field of education are unaware that students can build up a career in the field of music. I haven't heard anyone, especially from the expatriate world, I haven't heard anyone who go to a fine arts college or a music college. How many talented artists are there in our community, in our student community? How many talented artists are there? I was wondered to see the paintings or drawings of certain children, talented ones, extremely outstanding talent. The God, or really the touch of God is there for them, their artistic talent. Garner says, Professor Garner says, this is the spatial intelligence, spatial. This is the faculty of brain where it is a seat of our artistic talent in brain. The musical intelligence is the seat of our musical abilities in brain. These faculties don't be neglected. This is the God-given faculty. How many Lata Mangeshkar? How many KJ Yeshudas? How many Muhammad Rafis are died in our homes? And there is the 8th category of intelligence this is the interpersonal skills. Such people are extrovert in nature. They have good communication skills. A few years back, a teacher of mathematics, she is a well-known teacher in the city. She came and she came secretly and talked to me. She has she has been teaching mathematics for over 2 decades. And she came with a peculiar issue and she talked to me. And it was highly confidential. So I'm not mentioning who is she. The issue was that her elder son, he was studied in the same school where she taught. And the boy come out with flying colors. He had A plus during his grade 10 and grade 12. And he had joined a prestigious institution for B.Tech in Chennai. And where else he graduated successfully with flying colors. He had all distinction. Until then, everything was fine. He had a fabulous academic record. Until then, everything was fine. And the mother told me, since he is out of college, last 1 year, he is searching for jobs. He had a number of interviews where his claim was rejected. There was a campus interview in that the students who scored even less, the students who passed through, they were recruited for well-known IT companies like Infosys. However, my son was rejected. And that was the time when I am conducting a session for career guidance in Fujairah. And she wanted to make his son join that session. I told it is too late. Once the harvest is ready, there is no meaning to apply fertilizer. It is about to harvest. So the youngsters who listen to me, this is a faculty of brain where interpersonal skills, these people have good communication skills, they have leadership qualities. When 100 people stand in a crowd, a natural leader will emerge where he will guide and lead that crowd, even though the others are extremely strange. You might have noticed the born leaders, they have good communication skills and they can convince people, they can lead people, others will follow him. They are the born leaders. The leaders are born. Garner has found out this faculty of brain that is related to leadership. The great leaders in history, the Martin Luther, Mahatma Gandhi, Arvind Kejriwal, Narendra Modi, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, or even though notorious, the Hitler, Jawaharlal Nehru, the Rajiv Gandhi, the great leaders in history, Abraham Lincoln, a lot more, hundreds of the long queue of leaders, they have one thing in common. They have the gift of gab. The gift of gab means they are the born speakers. They have good public skills. They have good communication skills. So any student who exhibit, any young guys who listen to me who is having leadership skills, you can go for the management field. You can be a leader where you lead hundreds of employees, thousands of employees, where you lead the nation, where you lead a corporate organization, where you lead your country or your state. You will be a blessed orator. Shashi Tharoor is the well-known orator and leader who has been in the United States. He had many positions in the United States, and he is known as the one of the greatest orators as well as a writer. Once I listened to one of his motivational talk where he told his faculty or his intelligence lies in the creative writing as well as communication skills. So Gardner has years before, centuries before, Gardner invented this, and he told, if we find out a particular intelligence or talent in a boy, in a girl, and we divert them to such talent, even at a young age, you will get world-class professionals, world-class leaders, world-class musicians, world-class cricketers, world-class sports personalities, world-class corporate leaders, managers, and writers like Harry Potter, Charles Dickens, William Wordsworth, Shakespeare, R.K. Narayan, the long list of writers. Why can't we? Do we produce only engineers and doctors? Do we produce only BTech graduates? Do we produce only nurses and accountants? When I was in college, there was a guy a student who was my classmate. I haven't seen such a talented artist in my life. Literally, he had won every competition he attended. Such a talented artist. And he had won the inter-university at the national level, first prize in the inter-university where all the university students of India participate. He was first. And he was first in the Shankar's competition, drawing and painting competition. That is the number one painting competition in India. The Shankar, the great cartoonist India has produced. Fortunately, even though his parents are uneducated, they have sent him to a fine arts college where he graduated in Bachelor of Fine Arts. Now he is one of the notable art director in the film industry. There are thousands of avenues are open. Thousands, hundreds and thousands, tens of thousands of avenues are open where you can excel in life. Let me go to another area of my talk today, that is motivation. The usual complaint from parents or teachers is that this boy or this girl is not interested in studies. He spends hours in front of gadget, wasting time playing games and all. He has no ambition or name, no aim in life. Do you know why? Who is the culprit? Who is to blame? Whether the teacher, whether the student, or the parent. We brand hundreds of students, we brand them as weak, lazy. There is a gap. Wherever I talk, wherever I speak, I reiterate the story of the tortoise and the rabbit. It is the world famous story where the rabbit slept on the way and the tortoise slowly crawled into victory. And I asked the students a question. Why the rabbit fails? You can answer me. In that famous story, why the rabbit fails?
Because the rabbit was overconfident.
He was overconfident. Any other answer? You might say the rabbit is lazy, or the strong desire of the tortoise to success. You may attribute many factors for the victory of the tortoise. However, I say, why the rabbit fails? Because the rabbit has no motivation. No motivation to achieve something. Why a student not study? Why someone is not interested in studies? If there are 100 students, let me tell you, 90 of them will take book when their parents tell them. 10% of them will start studying automatically. What is the difference between these two categories? So once I asked the students why we study, that is a question as well as answer. Majority of students, the mediocre students, average students who doesn't have or who do not have any interest in studies, and they needs to be pushed, they need to be forced in order to learn. This is pathetic. I say it is better they don't study. Educational scientists say when a student reach at the age of at the grade of 7, the student should self-study. Means the students should take charge of complete learning from grade 7 onwards. The parents' role will end there. However, still I know the parents are back of them till they attend the last examination of grade 12. Anyway, they will out of their purview when they go for colleges. This is not good. So here we need motivation. Do motivate our children, our youngsters. Whenever your son or daughter brought the report card, or whenever you see the report card online, innumerable time you have blamed, or the parents, including me, blamed our children for getting less mark in mathematics or physics. However, this boy has scored good marks in English. Have you ever appreciated? Have you ever say, yeah, you got a good marks, fabulous. You got a good marks in literature. It seems your future lies in literature. Don't worry. You are creating a separate path to success for your child. His success starts from there. I say even your child gets good mark in a second language, whether it is French, Hindi, or Malayalam, or any other language. If he is excel in that language, let him go for it. We need only one subject to succeed in life. To be a great person in life, we need only one subject in life. Many of the parents may not agree with me, I know. I can cite hundreds of examples where the children who go for English literature, they have gone for English literature in their graduation studies. They will become successful in the field of media, in the field of journalism, in the field of creative writing. They become very successful. They become script writers for film. They become well-known persons. Only because of their ability in the language. So language is a faculty of brain. If you are excelling in some language, go for it. Go for it. Hundreds of avenues. So those who listen me, I want to reiterate, I want to emphasize tonight is that no one, the God has sent you to this world with a talent. However, if you fail to recognize that talent, it is not the problem of God. It is not the problem of anyone else. You are blessed. You are blessed with a talent. Find it and go for your passion. So whenever the student brought the result or the report, appreciate for he scored good marks in English, he scored good marks in Hindi, he got good mark in French. Let him study French and go for his higher studies in French, where there are, and you can find him few years after, you can find him in the French embassy in New Delhi, where he is a translator, he or she. I told a number of my students, why not you try for civil service? I haven't found, rarely I found, all these years I found 2 students told me, there were thousands of students, 2 students told me I want to go for civil service, IAS. Why don't you go for IAS? So it is the high time. The need of the hour is, so whoever listen to me, if you are in a grade 7 or you are below, the parents or teachers or the students, think, what is my ability? What is the destiny for me? What God destined for us, for me? What is my destiny? I will land there. Many occasions we are mistaken. Parents and students are mistaken. I had a number of students say, My cousin is in ISRO now. My cousin is in IIT Kanpur now. Arey, what is his talent and what is your talent? Your cousin is different and you are different. What faculty your cousin has, you may not have. You cannot be a replica of your cousin. You are a unique being. So today, say to yourself, tell it loudly. When you are alone, tell it loudly. I am a unique creature. I am unique. I have some talents. Maybe your teachers tell you are dull at maths. You are not good at science. Maybe your father say, see your sister. Compared to your sister, you are nothing. Yes, I am nothing in studies. But I'm a good artist. I'm a talented actor. Sometimes you may tell, now you are going to get Oscar. You are going to act in Bollywood movies. Don't discourage your child. Once a boy told me, my father insisting me to go for medicine. However, my talent lies in acting. I want to do a film act. I had a talk with the father. And finally, the boy lands in Pune Film Institute, where the great stalwarts of film industry like Satyajit Ray, Amitabh Bachchan, and Rajinikanth, they were the products of the Pune Film Institute, and he also joined there. So a great artist lies in you. A great singer lies in you. A great actor lies in you. A great scientist lies in you. See the darkness everywhere, lack of guidance and complete darkness. 2 days back, some 3 students told me I want to go for ISR. Okay, I told fine. What is your plan? And I was surprised to find this guy is going to take biology, physics, and chemistry. I told him, none of you told you that mathematics is essential if you want to go for astrophysics. And the remaining 2 students who want to go for ISRO, they are completely unaware of the opportunities or how to reach there. If you know how to reach there, you will reach there. Suppose I'm talking to you from Kofakan right now. If I know how to reach Fujairah or how to reach Dubai, I can drive and go there. If I do not know how to go to Dubai, I will be astray. I will be in astray. I will be missing somewhere. I lost my way. And these students, I had a talk with them. I told them, after your +2, first of all, now you go for mathematics, physics, chemistry. After your +2, you go for ISER. Their eyes were bulged. What is ISER? They asked. They are about to start their grade 11. It is pathetic that either the parents, nor the students, nor the teachers have guided them how they reach ISR. Many of the students simply they say, whenever India launch a rocket, whenever India launch a satellite, whenever NASA launches satellite, that next week the whole class majority will tell, I want to become a space scientist. Whenever there is a World Cup and where Messi and Ronaldo shines, that week they say majority of boys will tell, I want to become a footballer. It is simply so. If you have some desire, be realistic. First of all, you connect your own ability, your own intellectual capabilities with your aim. If there is no connection with your passion, your intellectual abilities, with what you are aiming for, you won't reach anywhere. For example, many of the students will struggle with mathematics, for example. Many of them have struggled with mathematics. No need to blame them. It is one of the faculty of brain. That is the arithmetical and logical faculty where some are blessed. The God blessed them. Like the great Shakuntala Devi, Isaac Newton. And there is an Indian girl in London. She is just 13 years old and she had an IQ test where her IQ is more than Isaac Newton. An Indian origin girl in London. There is IQ test. So if you have talent, if you have intellectual ability in arithmetic and logic, that is visible through your performance in maths. You are easy with the numbers. Are you easy with the numbers? Then you go for engineering. Otherwise, don't go to that side. Yeah. Don't go to that side. These days, thousands of students are simply they are dragging into the field of engineering, where majority of them are not blessed with intellectual abilities in the field of or the faculty of arithmetical and logical ability. Don't go to that side. Say misguiding. This is majority go with the trend. If you go with the trend, you won't land anywhere. You won't land in a successful career. You don't land in a profession where you can excel. So now is the task is to find out. Certainly you need the help of a professional. So there are tests for multiple intelligence, there are tests for IQ, and there are tests for other faculties, other traits of your personality. Your personality trait is also important when you decide your future course of action. Let me tell you, there are two types of personality. The psychologists divide the people into two categories. One is introvert and another is extrovert. Introvert is a person who is confined to themselves. They are shy to mingle in society. They are not well versed in interacting society. They are called, they have introvert ability, but there are other personality type, they are called extrovert. They will be easily get along with others, they mingle with others, they have good communication skills. So what type of personality trait you have? Find it out. If you have an extrovert personality, means you have good communication skills, certainly you can go for management field. You can go for MBA, BBA or MBA. Otherwise, don't go. If you are an introvert personality, you are shy, you do not have skills to talk, you cannot convince people, You don't like to interact with the people. You cannot mingle with people. Don't go for management profession, management courses. Don't go to commerce stream. So let a professional assess your personality. Let a profession assess your intelligence. Let a professional assess your skills. So let me back to where I diverted. Why the rabbit failed? Because the rabbit has no motivation. It is a high time that we have to motivate our children. No one is underestimate. We should not underestimate anyone. The life is too uncertain. Anything happen in life. However, your destiny, that your dedication, your motivation, your dedication, and your preparation will make your destiny. So, those parents who listen to me, please encourage the passion of our kids. Let's find out their passion. Seek the help of a professional, a psychologist, and assess their intelligence quotient. There is a quotient called, there we are familiar with IQ, intelligence quotient, how intelligent a person is. However, there is a new method developed by the education scientists that is called SQ, social quotient. That means the life skills. While you travel on a car, if your car got breakdown, how many of you know to change the tire? Suppose your parents are away and you are alone at home. How many of you know to prepare a tea? Many of them will be hungry for 1 or 2 days if parents are not there. If you are asked to travel to a city, or if you are asked to go in an office and do some official work, how many of you are ready for it? If you ask to speak few words in public, how many of you are ready for it? So, if you want to, if the time warrant is that you want to engage in a society, in a community, if you are shying away from, you lack the communication skills. So it is very vital that scientists say to develop your SQ, social skills, social quotient, that is as equal as your intelligence, your academic performance, as well as your performance or your skills in the field of communication, in the field of soft skills or life skills is important. Even if you have an IIT degree from Kanpur or IIT Delhi, if you do not have the social skills, you will not land in a good job. You will fail interview after interview. I told the example, the son of the mathematics teacher. He had a BTech from a prestigious engineering institute. However, he is unemployed for the last 1 year, whereas the students who just pass come out successfully in the interviews, and they were selected for multinational companies like Infosys and all. So try to develop your soft skills or your communication skills or your ability so that you can be successful in life. Your success in life is is an amalgamation of both your hard skills and soft skills. Hard skills are your academic skills, your achievements, your marks, your A plus. However, soft skills are your life skills that make you successful in life. So I am going to conclude my speech. Those who listen, the students, be self-motivated. Have a realistic plan about you. I want to become a scientist. If you say, I want to become a scientist, be realistic. Take your take an account of your intellectual abilities, whether it matches, whether it suits for to become a scientist, or whether my passion and my talents are in another field. Maybe it is music, maybe it is sports, maybe it is leadership, maybe it is creative writing, maybe it is uh, mathematical abilities, maybe a botanist, maybe a zoologist, maybe a service. Anyone listen to me? Those who want to become a doctor or a nurse or any field of service that gives a service to people. If your interpersonal skills, that is a faculty of brain, where I mentioned about the Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence, in that one particular faculty is that interpersonal skills. That means your personality skills, whether you can comfortably deal with people, you can communicate with them, you have ability to serve, you like to people, you like to mingle with people, then only you go for a nursing profession or a doctor's profession, where you are directly giving service, or a teacher. If you want to become a teacher, if you do not have communication skills, you will be a failure. You will be a failure. If you want to become a manager, if you do not have soft skills or life skills or communication skills, you are a failure. So, motivate yourself. Believe in you. Today is the day. Today is a life-changing day. Whoever listened to me, today is a life-changing day. I tell you, hundreds of talented sports personalities, musicians, artists, actors, doctors, scientists, engineers, astronomers, space scientists, physicists, mathematicians, doctors, surgeons, engineers, architects are listening me, and today they are finding their destiny. Find your destiny today. Motivate yourself. Even though your parents or your teachers or your peers demotivate you, self motivation. Take energy from you. There is a bundle of energy that lying in you. You are a storehouse of energy. Your mind is a storehouse of energy. Even though your parents underestimate you, your classmate underestimate you, they say you are a good for nothing. They may laugh at your marks. When they see the mark list, they may laugh at you. See your mathematics mark, see your physics mark. You won't be successful. Tell them to their face. Count on me. After 15 years, count on me and call me. This is my email ID. Send me an email after 15 years. How many of you have the courage to say that? And you will surprised to find me after 15 years. Take note down my email ID and send me an email message after 15 years. You will be surprised to find me. Those who are teasing you, those who are making fun of you, fun of your mathematics mark, fun of your physics mark, fun of your English mark, tell them, challenge them. You must be able to challenge them. For that, you need the inner power, the power that lies in you, the invisible power in you. Today, unleash that power. Today is the day you are going to unleash the innumerable, that insurmountable power, that you are a powerhouse today. Each and everyone, every child who listens to me is a powerhouse. You are a powerful artist. You are a powerful engineer. You are a powerful doctor. You are a powerful scientist. You are a space scientist. You are a powerful leader. You are a powerful orator like Narendra Modi. You are a powerful orator like Hitler, who can transform the whole nation, the whole world. I am not confined to four cabins of a bank or on an office. I'm not a person who are doing some clerical work. I am going to lead people. I want to contribute something great to my nation. My parents and my teachers and my friends will be proud of me. How many of you have the courage to say today? If you have the courage, if you have the dedication. The other day I was burst upon a boy. I got a call 2 days before. And the boy was worried. He got the subject allocation for, I'm going to wind up my session. I'm sorry if I have taken more time. A boy called me 2 days before, one of my students, and he got the subject allocation for commerce. Then I asked him, what you applied for? I applied for PCB, physics, chemistry, biology. Then I asked him, what is your aim in life? I want to become a doctor. Okay, fine. You did not get commerce. I told him, you sent one more request. You sent one more mail. Be adamant, be stubborn, don't leave. Then he told, next Sunday, means day after tomorrow. He told me some few days before. Day after, next Sunday, my class starts in grade 11. Then I asked, why? Why not? What is the problem? Let the class start. If I did not join, I may miss class. Then I asked him, do you know anything about commerce? The stream where you are going to join? No, I don't know. Do you like accountancy? No, I don't like. So what you are aiming for all these years? I was aiming to become a doctor. Then why you are going to join next week commerce? Because I did not get. Then I was literally burst upon that boy. I shouted at him. I told him, you are 18 now, 17 or 18 now. You have been all these 15 or 16, all these years you are dreaming day and night. You are dreaming to become a doctor. Now, since you haven't got admission to physics, chemistry, biology in the first allocation, you are immediately leaving your dream and you are going. I told, you have no dedication. You do not have the burning desire to become what I want. I tell you, those who are listening me tonight, if you do not have the burning desire, stubborn, be stubborn. I will not satisfy anything less than this. I know the students who are stubborn, who are steadfastly marched towards success, even though the circumstances were against them, even though the people were against them, even though they were hearing all sorts of discouraging words. Everywhere they were insulted, they were hurt, they had financial backwardness, they had all sort of obstacle in their way, but finally they have reached their destination. I know a girl from Pune. She was the daughter of an auto rickshaw driver, a girl from a poor background, an ordinary background in the suburban of Pune. Her father is an auto rickshaw driver. Her dream was to become an IAS officer. When her plus two is over, those days most of the students will go to Delhi where they have the training institute for IAS. They do not have money. They do not have money to send this girl for an institute for the training. The girl did not leave her dream. In her neighborhood, she started a tuition class. He started to give tuitions to students in the neighborhood. Like an ant collect the grains of rice, she started to collect whatever small amount. But she had a burning desire. And in her neighborhood, there was a police officer. And his son is her tuition student. And accidentally, she shared her dreams with that officer. That man declared, I will take all the expenses for it. Because he was convinced by the strong desire in that girl to achieve something. That's why I burst upon the boy who called me, who is satisfied with the commerce he received. He has been dreaming for a doctor all these years. Then I told him, if you have a desire, you will go to India. If you have a desire, you will seek admission to all other schools in the city or elsewhere in UAE. You will not satisfy other than a PCB group, where that leads to you to NEET and then to engineering. And to medicine. You will not satisfy. See, I don't like the kids who do not have any dream. I don't like kids who do not have any desire in life to achieve something. I do not like the kids who do not have any dedication to achieve something in life. And seeing the parents, those who are attending here, there are classical example of their children who achieve it. My students, I know it. And they have suffered innumerable troubles, innumerable obstacles. They suffered a lot for, and they will not rest until they land in their dream. So let develop a firing desire in your heart. The words of Paulo Coelho, if you have a burning desire for something, the world will stand with you. The whole world will line up to help you. If you have a strong desire, a burning desire in your heart. How many of you youngsters who listen to me today have a desire that to achieve something? Tonight, take a decision. Tonight, this is the day to take a decision. Let me see the video. Let me open your video. Let me see your face. So take a decision today. So first, We have to go systematically. We have to go scientifically. Find your talent. Go for a personality test. Go for a multiple intelligence test. Go for an IQ test. There are professional agencies who conduct this. If you need such information, I can help you out. Find your arena where you can excel. Secondly, once you fix your target, dedicate yourself. Dedicate yourself. Don't satisfy anything less than that. Then, like the Mao Zedong told one thing. The journey towards 1,000 miles start with a simple step. The journey towards thousands miles start with a simple step. Make the first step. You're already on the track. Are you on track? Are you on track? So you already keep your first step. So you have thousands of miles. Like the John Fosse says, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have miles to go before I sleep. The woods are lovely. Lot of things are there, diversions, distractions, social media, networking, illicit affairs, gaming, addiction to medias, thousands of things will distract you. If you want to achieve something great in life, you have to dedicate. You have to work hard. You have to have a strong desire. Then the whole world will stand with you. So never quit. Let me tell you tonight, never quit. The quitters never win and winners never quit. The famous word says, the winners never quit, quitters never win. On the way, if you have some obstacles, don't turn back. Don't divert. Let us jump over it. Let us overcome the obstacles. Then you reach your dream destination. Thank you, all of you. Thank you for the organizers for this time you have set apart for the student as well as the parent community in Fujairah and elsewhere in the world who listen me through this Zoom platform. And let me say the word of gratitude to the organizers of Wise Men Club Fujairah, a noble organization with a great cause, for providing me this platform to address our young guys. If I can burn the fire in some of your hearts, some of your minds, I am successful. Thank you, all of you. Thank you for your patience listening. Thank you, my students and parents.